Leil Tu B'Shvat was a Wednesday night, and I gave a shiur, and I remember the Olam thought, wanted the shiur should be Binyana D'Yoyma. Tonight's shiur, Be'ezus Hashem, will be Binyana D'Yoyma, Purim coming up. The Eglei Tal, that's the Avnei Nezer, whose yard site was yesterday, says that even though there are mitzvahs, that not everybody can be makayim. For an example, these mitzvahs that are for kohanim, the mitzvahs pidyon haben, a kohen can't be makayim. So the Avnei Nezer says there are 4 parts to a mitzvah: lilmoid ulalamed, lishmor velasais. 4 parts. Even though you can't be makayim in certain mitzvahs all 4 parts, but at least 2 or even 3 parts of every mitzvah, everyone can be makayim. V'ilakach, tonight, Be'ezus Hashem, I would like to speak about Purim Mishulish. For us, B'nai Chutz La'aretz, it's not Negeya. However, we could speak about Lilmoid or Lalamed, and even the Chelik of Lishmar to help out people that are there or went to Eretz Yisrael, to Yerushalayim, to have Purim Mishulish. And it should be Negeya. When Mashiach comes, we're not going to have to wait. Avad Mashiach will come, will be Negeya this year, it's not going to become batal. And if we're not Zoiche this year, Lamaisa will be Makadosh al Pi Ariyah. So we very likely might not have to wait another 20 years for Purim Mishulish, so it'll be Negeya. So for all these reasons we could go through, we could speak about Purim Mishulish. What's Purim Mishulish? Every year Purim for us is Yudalid. Tomorrow is Yud Gimel, is Tainus Esther. Friday, Thursday night, Friday is Yud Dalet. To say the Nes happened, they fought Yud Gimel, they stopped fighting Yud Dalet. The Nes was Yud Dalet. We celebrate Yud Dalet. The Nes was already Yud Gimel, but we celebrate Yud Dalet. B'Shushan, it was another day, a Muk of Chaimas, Samela Tezvav. So these Purim and these Shushan Purim, whatever we have on Purim, in Shushan, in Yerushalayim, that's a Muk of Chayma, that's Tezvav. So Mamela, on a regular Purim, for us, it's more or less regular. All the mitzvahs of Purim are Friday. On a regular year, Tezvav, everything would be Shabbos. The next day, Tezvav. So the Etzem what should come out, be Yisoidai. We do everything Friday, and comes Shabbos, Shushan Purim, everything is done Shabbos. Shushan Purim. However, as we're going to see, Purim, the mitzvahs hayoim, everything that happens over Purim gets spread out over 3 days: Friday, Shabbos, and Sunday. On a regular year again, Shushan Purim has the whole Purim. Everything is in the one day, just like we have everything Friday in Shushan, in Yerushalayim, they have everything Tezvav. However, this year, Yerushalayim is going to have a 3-day Yom Tov, like the Maral Diskind in a Kuntris, Rabbi Yisrael Zonefeld. So Rabbi Yisrael Zonefeld was a Rav in Yerushalayim. These are Kuntris, Purim HaMishulish, and inside, first of all, one Akud he says about saying Good Yom Tov, or an hour away, we would call it a Freil Chem Purim, Sai Friday and Sai Sunday. Shabbos for sure, because Shabbos is Purim. But even more than that, he says the Lashon Yutztak, it's right, Likris Purim Mishulish Yemei HaPurim, not Yom of Purim, Yemei, the days of Purim, Ki Yechoigu Kol HaGimel Yomim. That's his Lashon, as to celebrate 3 days. So it's not just the term 3 days Yom Tov, it's 3 days of Purim, it's not 3 days. So let's see and take it apart. Why is it 3 days? Why is not everything on Shabbos? Let's go through one by one. Before the 4 mitzvahs hayoy medivrei Kabbalah, let's first see what else is on Purim. These Kriyas HaTorah and Al-Anisim. Kriyas HaTorah and Al-Anisim is Shabbos. Al-Anisim is Pashit because Purim is Shabbos. Samil Al-Anisim. The shaila is even if you could say Al-Anisim on a different day, Al-Anisim you say on Purim, not on a different day. At Kedei Kach, L'maisa, we don't say Al-Anisim on Shushan Purim, you have to say Dafka on Purim. Al-Anisim is Purim, Klor. Kriyas HaTorah that we lay on Purim, in Yerushalayim, they're going to lay it when? On Shabbos. Very interesting. They're going to have 2 Sifrei Torah. This Shabbos is a Gevaldige Chiluk. In Yerushalayim, they take out 2 Sifrei Torah. And in Mela, because they're going to lay in Zachar, Yav Amalek, what we lay on Purim, Mimela, they're going to have the Haftorah. The Haftorah is the same Haftorah as what we had on Shabbos Zachar. They're going to have 2 Haftorahs the same 2 weeks in a row. And the reason why it's Haftorah of Zachar is because the Haftorah is Me'en HaGemar, like we're learning in Hilchos Kriyas HaTorah, and because we're going to lay in Haftorah of what? Of Kisisa. But their Mafter is Amalek, so it's going to be the same Haftorah as last week.
Technically speaking, they don't have to go to school on Shabbos to talk to them.
So
the
emes is, it's interessant that you're saying Dafka in such a case of Purim Shalish. If somebody doesn't make it to Shabbos Zachar, you can take a listen with Purim. Here it's, I like what you're saying. You're saying the pshat is that he has another chance of a Shabbos Zachar. But the emes, if somebody misses Taka Zachar, then he Taka goes Purim. Very good. You're saying pshat is if he misses Shabbos Zachar, he push it as another chance, another Shabbos Zachar. Another Shabbos Zachar.
Was the Machin the Shiur to the Asiya?
Yeah. And a Chanami. Yeah, and a Chanami. What'd say?
Suda on Sunday.
Oh, we'll get to the Suda. We're going to go. What'd say? He's saying if that's the Asiya, so that it's Taka before. So the Vaila, this is Beli Machlekes Lekam on the Palek Kriyas HaTorah and Alanisa Meshabbos. That's klar. Now let's go over one by one to the 4 mitzvahs with a klarkeit. Kriyas HaMegillah, the Etzem, the Takonas Anshei Knesses HaGdoila, to read the Megillah, it's with Divrei Kabbalah, was to read it, and it was read on Shabbos also. To say Purim Sholish, if Purim Tezvav fell on Shabbos, they read the Megillah on Shabbos. However, Zok the Gemara, the famous Gezeira the Rabbi, right here, Zok the Gemara, Hayois HaKoil Chayavim b'Mikra Megillah, each and every one is Mechuyev in Mikra Megillah. Ve'ein HaKoil B'Kiyim, not everybody knows, they're not Baki in Megillah. And we're Choshesh, you're going to go Yelech Eitzel Chacham, you're going to ask the Chacham, and V'Shem Yavrena Dal Amas B'Shas Rabim. So Mela, Zok the Rabbi, behind the time, Shofar Lulav, we recently had it, this year, the year ago, that you don't blow Shofar when it falls on Shabbos, Lulav, Megillah as well. Also, if Purim falls on Shabbos, you don't lay the Megillah on Shabbos. Shmuz about it, so maybe technically you don't lay it. But Lamaisa, it's not on Shabbos. So when it's not on Shabbos. So Be'etzim, it could go either to Friday or to Sunday. It's not on Shabbos. Friday or Sunday. Lamaisa, B'doima, to what the Gemara says. One second, before just when you move it off, it's kedai to redois over here, daika, the shaila that's brought, I think, from one of the Talmidim of the Goyim, it's brought in Ma'aser Rav on the bottom of the Pirush. Megillah, you're going to like this one. Megillah, you don't lay it on Shabbos. Why? Shema Yavirenu. And what's about Kriyas HaTorah? It's a shaila for every Shabbos, but for sure this Shabbos in Yerushalayim or HaKodesh, they're not going to lay Megillah, but the Kriyas HaTorah, why don't you have the same shaila? Also, Shema Yavirenu. The teretz is, the Pula Sacha, somebody answers, the teretz is, Takav Medayik from the Lashon HaGemara. Megillah HaKol Chayav, everyone is Mechuyev, Ve'ein HaKol B'Kiyim. Kriyas HaTorah, like we're learning now in the night kollel, Kriyas HaTorah is a chayvus hatzibur. It's not a chiyuv for every single person. For the tzibur, you can rely that they're not going to be, there's no Shema Yavirenu. So Mela Kriyas HaTorah yet. So that's why this Shabbos in Yerushalayim, Megillah, they're not going to lay in Shema Yavirenu. But Afal Pikein, Megillah, Kriyas HaTorah, they're going to lay in. I hear a Shiloh, Zachar, everybody's Mochiv and Zachar. So why did you have Shema Yavirenu?
You're not carrying Megillah. You're not even supposed to. You're not carrying anything.
We said that the Chacham lives far away. You can live too if you.
They're not smaller than the kilo on average.
Good. So Mamela, it's not Shabbos. What'd say? Mamela, it's not Shabbos. When, where do we move Kriyas HaMegillah to? You can either move it to Sunday or you can move it back to Friday. Which one? Lamaisi, the Gemara says, Legabe Kfar Makdimin, so the Gemara says, Ve'ema Shitza V'Shifsa means maybe you could lane after Purim also. And the Gemara says, V'lo Yavar. That says you can't lane after the Zman HaMegillah, Yudalta as V'lo Yavar. Memela, Kriyas HaMegillah in Yerushalayim Tezvav this year is Shabbos. You can't lane Shabbos Shem Yavirenu. If you're going to move it to Sunday, it's V'lo Yavar. You can't move it to Shitzer to Sunday. So merely you move it back to Friday. Kriyas HaMegillah is Friday. V'lekaman the Palik. And Azizga Paskin and Shulchan Aruch. This Kriya that they lane in Yerushalayim, is it considered a Kriyas Zmana or Shaloi Bezmana? Toseist, the Gemara says, what's the nafka? The Gemara says, Vaita Legabe Kfarim HaMakdimim, and they read earlier, it's considered Shaloi Bezmana and only with a minyan. They're not Yotze without a minyan. You can lane whenever you want. It's only with a minyan, Yotze the mitzvah. Ma'asha'in came Bizmana, you lane Yudalid, you don't need a minyan. So what is this Kriyas for the people in Yerushalayim? Is it considered Bizmana and Memela a Yachid? L'nafke mina gadol, somebody can't make it to shul. They don't have a minyan. Could you be Yotze? Klar. Could you be Yotze? You can lane. But are you Yotze the mitzvah? This is Machloikes Rishonim. Rashi, the Pashtus, the Medayik in Rashi, and Daf Hey, that it's considered Zmana. Me'idoch, the Ran holds that it's not considered Bizman. To say the Bnei Yerushalayim that are reading the same day as us. For us, Kriyas HaMegillah is tomorrow night and Friday. But for Bnei Yerushalayim, they lane, but it's not called Zmana. So Memela, only b'minyan. Without a minyan, you're not Yotze. What's la halacha? So Machloikes HaPoiskim, the Mishnah Brura, and in the Mishnah Brura, the Mishnah Brura and in Sha'ar Tzion, both the Chavetz Chaim says klar that you need a minyan. It's considered Shaloi Bizmana, and somebody in Yerushalayim that wants to be Yotze the mitzvahs Kriyas HaMegillah needs a minyan. Me'idach, the Chazon Ish argues, and the Chazon Ish says it's considered Bizman and you don't need a minyan. If you hold you need a minyan, like the Chavetz Chaim says, what's the gather and the need of the minyan? Do you need a minyan like you need a minyan when you daven? Do you have to have Tisha Oinim, Tisha Mespalim? The Briskerov was makbid like that. The Briskerov every year, when he listened to the Megillah, used to say the whole Megillah. It's not the shmooze right now, but it's B'chlal the Shaila. If he said it, so then how was he able to be Yotze from the shots? He said he was able to do both. That's not the discussion. But a year like this year, the Briskerov did not say the Megillah himself because he wanted to be Yotze. He was in Yerushalayim to have Betzibur. To have a Betzibur. Betzibur, to say you have to have 9 people listening to the person leading the Megillah. Me'idoch, the Chazon Ish says no. The reason why you need a minyan is for pursuing Nisa. So you just need 10 people. If these 10 people, these pursuing Nisa, it's not the pshatas because these 9 people, Shemei Ka'ina. The Chazon Ish himself holds that you don't even need 10 people. But even if when you need 10 people, Shaloi Bezmana, the 10 people is not pshatas like a davening tefillah b'tzibur. You need 10 people for pursuing Nisa. So the Maisa, a klar machlekes. We said before, Lilmoid Lalamed Lishbar. I have actually a sister-in-law and a brother-in-law, both went to Eretz Yisrael to be in Yerushalayim Purim Sholosh. I learned as a bacher in Eretz Yisrael in Brisk, and I remember the Shiur before Purim Sholosh. I was by Rabbi in the Shiur, and I remember a lot of people came down for Purim Sholosh. So he said he doesn't understand why people are coming. There's so many shilas. But upon him, if somebody's there and somebody asks you, wants to listen to Megillah, and it doesn't work out for whatever reason, they can't What's the halacha? It's a machloikis. So what's la halacha? The mice is like this. Rabbi Yosef Chaim Sonnenfeld in that country says that b'diavad means that if you can't, you can be yoytze without a minyan. Ramosha Brandstoffer, Shlita, the son of Rameh Brandstoffer, brings that even though his father went always like the Mishnah Berurah, for this, he was makel for people like a year like this year that Poshet can't get out of the house and they don't have a minyan. If somebody lanes for them or they lane themselves, they can make a brach and they yoytze the mitzvah. Because Lamaisa, even though the Chavetz Chaim says you need a minyan, but Hayois, Rabbi Yosef Chaim Sonnenfeld was the Rav Yerushalayim, that's key. The minig amakam asra damar b'meila b'makam atzoyrech b'makam b'diavad even without a bra, even without a minyan. Another nekuda in Kriyas HaMegillah, you see a regular year, somebody from Bnei Barak that's in Yerushalayim on Shushan Purim cannot be moitzi the Ben Yerushalayim. Taisus and Yevamos brings Yerushalmi. It's a klal and kol HaTorah kula yotza moitzi. Even though you yotze the mitzvah, you can be moitzi. But you have to be mechuyev b'davar. Somebody from Bnei Barak that's in Yerushalayim, he's not mechuyev in Megillah on a regular year. Purim is on a Monday and Yerushalayim on Tuesday. The person from Bnei Barak in Yerushalayim, he's not mechuyev in Megillah. He did the mitzvah yesterday. He cannot be moitzi. And the same is the other way. Yerushalayim, a beautiful Bal Kaira, l'mahadru min ha-mahadru, and he travels into Bnei Barak. It's saying the mechuyev can't be moitzi. What's about this year? Everybody is b'yodaled. Somebody from Bnei Barak is in Yerushalayim. Somebody from Yerushalayim is in Bnei Barak. Could he be moitzi? They're both mechuyev. Pashtus, yeah. There are poskim that say that by day not. By day not, but what way? Why not? And the mitzvahs by day are b'divrei Kabbalah. We spoke about it once here in the night call a few years ago, like Rabbi ladies the chiyuv. The mitzvahs are b'divrei Kabbalah. The ben of Bnei Barak, you're following the one from Bnei Barak, his Megillah is b'divrei Kabbalah, Friday. A ben Yerushalayim, his Megillah is what? Not b'divrei Kabbalah. B'divrei Kabbalah it's Shabbos. Rabbi says don't lay it on Shabbos. Good, so it's Friday. Pashtus, the Kriyas HaMegillah for a Ben Yerushalayim this Friday is only midrabanan, and for somebody and a Ben Bnei Barak it's b'divrei Kabbalah. Somebody from Bnei Barak could be moitzi a Ben Yerushalayim because the Bnei Barak is the midivrei Kabbalah, but a geschmack, a good Yerushalayim a Bal Koira cannot be moitzi the one from Bnei Barak because the one from Yerushalayim is midrabanan, so he's not mechuyev b'davar klapi Bnei Barak. One more nekuda in Mikra Megillah, and then we're going to go on to the other mitzvahs.
What do the people consider who went from Chutzaretz to Yerushalayim from?
No, so it's not like Yom Tov Shady. Depends where you are. It's more the complex b'chlal if you travel between Bnei Barak and Yerushalayim, when you have to be there, and there's so many interesting shilas. Kol shkin a year like this year, it's very interesting. Just today, somebody was saying over about a shaila in Suda. We'll talk afterwards. But there's a lot of interesting shilas of traveling. But if somebody comes from Chutz La'aretz, let's say not a Purim Mishulish, if he goes to Bnei Barak for Purim, it's Yudalad, and if he goes to Yerushalayim, it's Tezvav. And if he goes to Yerushalayim this year, it's going to be Mishulish, Yudalad, Tezvav, and Tezayin.
Someone starts off from, let's say, Bnei Barak at night, right? Is there a time assessment?
We're going to leave that on the side, because coming and going is Stam Shayla, and every year it's too...
No, I'm asking, does it change up to the Kabbalah to the Recite from this year? Meaning, he's in a place right now where the Chiyuv is, and at night, does everyone have the same Chiyuv or not? That's really what I'm asking.
So by night, here's the thing like this. By night, by Pashtus, everybody's Chiyuv is only midrabanan. It's a Gemara that the Gemara says, L'shnoisa bayoim, Pashtus the Chiyuv HaMegillah, pretty clear, is only by day. Midrabanan, we learn it by night. So by night, if that's what you're saying, you can be moitzi either way. Yes. Very good. One more nekuda on Kriyas HaMegillah, and then we'll go on to the other mitzvahs hayoim. Kriyas HaMegillah, because it's pushed off from Shabbos, Zok the Pri Chadash a Chiddush. Others argue on the Pri Chadash, but the Pri Chadash says that the Megillah is muktzah. It's muktzah. Because be'etzim you're supposed to lay it on Shabbos. Be'etzim you're supposed to lay it on Shabbos. Narvasta, the gzeira, samela it's muktzah. Yeah, but I verstehe, but Pshat is... So you're saying l'chayr it shouldn't be muktzah if the Pshat is you didn't lay b'chlal, so then it's muktzah, you laying already. It's Pshat, it's not a gay anymore. Good, could be that's taka these cholkim, that there's no issa b'chlal, the Aruch HaShulchan, many others hold these taka no issa. To check again if that's the reason, you say l'chayr mistaber the reason why there's no once you lamed it already, you were yoytze. Kfar makdim and they lamed already, they were yoytze. So Bela, Al Kapara the Pri Chadash says that there's an Isser tiltal of the Megillah, and others explain the Pri Chadash that it's only daika this Shabbos, like I just mentioned before, because he's Gzeira Shem Yavirenu. That means every other Shabbos of the year, you have a Megillah. Stam, this past week Shabbos you want to prepare the Megillah, you're allowed to prepare. You want to prepare from a regular Megillah, Vada you could. It's only this coming Shabbos in Yerushalayim, which comes that you're allowed to prepare. Yeah, Shlomo Zalman says you can prepare. Good shaila. It's not the shmuz now, but you could prepare because it's not considered a chana because you're making yourself a person now, a person that knows the Megillah. Good, very good. Al kaponim, just a second al kaponim. So what do we say? So it's only this Shabbos is a Issa Tiltal. But it comes out that the Issa Tiltal is only for Bnei Yerushalayim, just like in the rest of the year. Even in Ben Yerushalayim, it's not Muksa, so it's only just for Ben Yerushalayim, which L'chayr also, Bnei Barak, person that was Yotze, and he comes for Shabbos to Yerushalayim, for him it's not even Muksa. Yeah, what were you saying?
You can use the Talmud Torah also.
You could use the Megillah for Talmud Torah, but Lamaisa it's Muksa, because Shema Yavrenim.
On a regular Shabbos, he's asking about
richtig, and even if you can't, you're right. I was saying to prepare. You're right, Stam, you want to learn how to Megillah, richtig. You want to Stam learn 100%. Good, 100%. Let's go on weiter. Let's move along to the other mitzvahs. Matanas Lavyonim. So far, there's no Shaila B'chlal. Kriyas HaTorah Al Anisim is when? Is Shabbos. Megillah, Friday. When's Matanas Lavyonim? So you might tell me, let's always say this, the default is Shabbos because Purim is Shabbos. So you might tell me Matanas Lavyonim can't be Shabbos. Why not? Because it's money. But the Mishabura says that Matanas Lavyonim doesn't have to be money. So you could give Matanas Lavyonim not money. So why can't it be Shabbos? The Teretz is, like the Gemara says, that the Kvarim Makdim in that lane. So the Gemara Matanas Lavyonim also because it's connected to Megillah Einei and Niyan Nesuyas Mikra Megillah. Whenever Mikra Megillah is that they get the Matanas Lavyonim. So Klor Samela Matanas Lavyonim is Klor is Friday as well. Klor. Moving right along. Klor. The Suda. When is the Suda? So B'Pashtus, the default we would say Be'etzem should be Shabbos. Why not Shabbos? Be'etzem.
When we speak, Shabbos Yom Tov comes in.
Moiridik, Avada. Every time Yom Tov Shechalias B'Shabbos, Shavuos, Sukkos, you push off the Suda. Why should it not? The Pashtus of Dvarim is Be'etzem, it should be Shabbos. And we'll get to it in a minute, that the emes is Takashitas that it's Shabbos. Lamaisa, the Yerushalmi says that it can't be Shabbos. It's a drasha. So the last says you may mish the simcha. It's only when we make it. You may be last says we make it. Yotze not on Suda Shabbos that it's already b'dei Shemayim. So maybe it's not Shabbos. The Ritvo actually says another reason why not Shabbos. He says because it's not nicker. It's not nicker. Interesting. Yom Tov, we don't push it off.
But if you make it.
For Maisa, I just want to say, this is not the Meduber over here. This I spoke about when we spoke about Suda, the Friday Suda. This was a shir last week in the morning, Kailul. When the time to make the Suda Shabbos is. The Suda's Purim. I brought up the Shaila asked, why can't you make an early Shabbos and eat after early Shabbos? Eat the Suda Shabbos and the Suda's Purim together.
Shabbos and Kippur do the same thing. Bring the Shabbos early.
We spoke about it also. It's a good shaila. It's a shaila ben Kippur also. Over here, it's asked over there also. Make an early Shabbos. I forgot right now to answer. We spoke about it. Taka this year was Shabbos. Yom Kippur was Shabbos. But Al Kaponim, just want to say, that why can you make an early Shabbos? The Maril, the Seiris Tshuva, and Reb Shlomo Zalman all say because it's Einoi Nicker. It's Einoi Nicker. Be'etzim you could, but it's Einoi Nicker. Al Kaponim Sudas Purim is not Shabbos. We said the Yerushalmi. The Yerushalmi says not Shabbos. We said saw the Ritvot, but it's not Shabbos. So where do you push it to? Where do you push it to? You could either push it to Friday or to Sunday. So far, we're holding in a Purim Sholosh. We have a 2-day Yom Tov. We have Shabbos is Kriyas HaTorah and Al Anisim. We have Fridays Mikra Megillah and Matanas Lav Yonim. 2-day Yom Tov so far. Why are you making the Suda Sunday? Maybe make the Suda Friday. It's true, if you're going to make it Sunday, it's a 3-day Yom Tov. But why Sunday? Make it Friday. So these two reasons given. The Torah Tamima says the reason why not Friday is because you should come into Shabbos b'teyavan, hungry. We are not coming into Shabbos hungry. We might try to be machmer like the Ramah to start before Chatzos, or like the Maril before Shah Asiris, but it's a Suda Gedola. You have to really be on the Madrega to the Emerson, you Mayit in the Suda. It's not so pashut. But if we're moving the Suda already off Shabbos, we move it to Sunday rather than to Friday, because Friday, if you eat, it's not going to be l'tayavan. Another reason brought is because Pashat Tereach Shabbos, just like a tainus, if you move a fast day off of Shabbos, you don't put it on Friday. One of the reasons is because you have to be able to prepare for Shabbos. That's the guy. But tainus b'akavan over here. 2 reasons why not Friday. So you move it to Sunday. There's a shaila about Sunday because Lamaisa the V'lo Yavar that we said before by Megillah. So here also, how can you push it to Shitzer, to after Purim? Some want to say it's only on the Neskarim, not the Nasim, the Shailas Pashas, it's on both. Al Kopanim, Mikoyach HaKushya on Sunday, there are those, the Meiri and the Rav, the Pirish and the Mishnah, say Friday. It's not brought la'alacha. But Al Kapanim, not to confuse, told the Suda it was crystal clear. Al Anisim Kriyas HaTorah was Shabbos. Megillah, Matanas Lav Yonim, Friday. Suda is starting to get a little bit complicated. Pashtus to Yerushalmi, and it's Gepaskin like that, La'alacha and Shulchan Aruch. Suda's Purim is Sunday. That's the Pashtus. There is a Shita Friday, and there is a Shita that the Mishnah Berurah brings Shabbos. And the Mela brought to be choshesh for the Shita of Shabbos, it's kedai to be moist of something on Shabbos.
Alcohol.
If you go with the Shita of Shabbos, what'd you say?
Alcohol. Shabbos.
Lamaisa, I didn't cover it in the Shita about alcohol. L'chayr with that, you could be, that's 3 days Yom Tov.
The whole Hadar.
Don't drink on Shabbos.
Agav, if we're on the note of alcohol, I'm sorry, a bit over. Good, there's to drink, there's some hamantashen. The Svasema says the reason why not to drink Purim by night is because you should be able to makayim the mitzvahs by day. I remember in yeshiva, the Purim in the morning, I remember there were people, the Pasha was shikker still from the night before, but you can't be makayim the mitzvah. So Svasema says not to drink by night. So the Lev Simcha says, a year like this year, that at least in Yerushalayim, that the Pshat is already yotzeh the mitzvahs on Friday, so you don't have to wait till Shabbos by day. Already Friday night, you could start being makayim lebesuma. That's what he says. Just on the note, we're talking about drinking. So upon the Suda Shulchan Aruch says the Suda is Sunday. Rabbi say if the Suda is Shabbos, we don't have yet a 3-day Yom Tov, because it's either Shabbos and Friday. The reason how it became a 3-day Purim is because the Suda is Sunday. Very good. Mishlach Manis, the Pashtus of Mishlach Manis is connected to the Suda. And Memela, if the Suda is Sunday, Mishlach Manis is also Sunday. That's Takad Din. If you want to be Choshesh for the Suda Shabbos, some also say to be Choshesh also, to be Mahader, to give Mishlach Manis on Shabbos also. But if you go Me'ikar Adin, the Suda Shabbos, and Mishlach Manis is Shabbos, So then Sunday is not Purim anymore. It's only because Sunday you have the Suda Mashlach Monas. One more small nakuda that's yoitze from the three. Let's call it that it's split over 3 days. What's about Kroivitz? Kroivitz is the yoitze said by Chazoras Hashatz of Shachris Purim. It said by us. It said Purim morning, and in Yerushalayim it's also said Purim morning. Their Purim morning Yud Tezvav. This year their Purim morning Shabbos. You can't say Kroivitz. Kroivitz is pieces that go on the 18 brachas, 17 actually. Doesn't have a tzemach tov, but it goes on the weekday Shmai Nesrei. So Pashtus you can't say it on Shabbos. That's the Pashtus. Do you say it Friday? It's interessant. It's lakan. Some say, what say? Very good. The Rav Vosen says, it's earlier also. The emissaries, the Ramah, the Taz say when something is so uncommon, there's no minig because people don't know. You remember it happened 4 years ago, but the time before is I think 13 years ago. Imagine the next time 20 years from now you remember what happened. Valkopan Rav Ozataka says that's svar. He says the pshat is taka, the yotzris of Kroivitz is taka connected. It's connected to the Megillah. Samil it's far. Others say that not because Lamaisa it's Purim. You say. Because you're supposed to say it Purim. If it's not on Purim, you don't say it's a hefsek. Bechlal, Yotzis, I spoke about it last week in the morning, Bechlal, the whole saying of Yotzis is a shaila. The Yotzis, a lot of the Yotzis is by the Tanner of Lezer Shimon, of Lezer ben Aruch. Just to be Mesakib, the grow what? We'll talk about it afterwards, but the Goyen said, Meiser Rav, the Goyen said Yotzis Yomtiv. He said it benigun, and he said yotzers of us yasher. He said kamat all the yotzers. They bring the yotzers of Musaf. He didn't. I'll show it to you inside. I spoke about it. That's why I'm not such a big yadin. I spoke about it last week. So let's just be masakim over here, and with that I want to conclude. Let's just be masakim. Just clear takeaway. We went a little bit all over the place. Very clear. Purim in Yerushalayim, Yer HaKodesh, this year splits over 3 days. Friday is Mikra Megillah and Matanas Lav Yoinim, saying the Kroivitz, the Yotzis is a Shaila. Shabbos, Ala Nisim and Kriyas HaTorah. Sunday and Pashtus, that's the day. Sunday is Suda and Meshloach Monas. Chlor. We mentioned that could be these, some say that the Suda Meshloach Monas, other days, but this is the pretty clear takeaway. One more nekuda, and with this I conclude. There's a halacha that comes out that's only negayah for Purim Sholosh. Up till now, we spoke about the halachas of Shushan Purim, but it happens to be because it falls on Shabbos, so we figured out what's on Shabbos, what's on Friday, what's on Sunday. There's one more halacha, I think one more. The Gemara says, since you don't read the Megillah on Shabbos, talk to Gemara, Amr B'Shua Ben Levi, Purim Shechaliyos B'Shabbos, Shoyalim V'Dorshin Binyan Shal Yom. Shoyalim V'Dorshin Binyan Shal Yom. On a regular Purim or a Shushan Purim, you don't have that. Only on Purim Sholish, the Hainu Purim Shechaliyos B'Shabbos. What does it mean? What does it mean, Shoyalim V'Dorshin? Rashi says, Lidroi Shigeres Purim, which would seem more like Drush. The Rambam says Halacha, Hilchas Purim, and Lamaisa, this din is not brought in Shulchan Aruch. The Mishnah Berurah brings the Tafresh Peiches, and the Mishnah brings La Halacha that it's Hilchas Purim. So to say, besides all the dinim, how we spread it Friday, Shabbos, and Sunday, these Halacha Miyuchedes for Purim and Sholish, that in Yerushalayim they should learn, be Doirish, learn Hilchas Purim, Bepurim, have a Freilich and Purim.